Under the Friday night lights, this is what a sharp pain looks like on the outside of the body. But science is providing a window for a whole new look at pain on the inside.
These are basically pain sensing neurons or mechano sensing neurons.
Neurons are pain cells. Now, thanks to a chemical stimulus, watch the neurons fire or sense pain. The neurons are acting in the lab the same way neurons fire in the body.
Right now, they're all feeling all right. Using low dose, you might have a few activation of these neurons. But then, like when I, use a really high dose, like right here, these guys are firing. Like
I'm in pain right now.
You are
I'm feeling
in intense pain. Yeah, you would feel the burning sensation.
Back on the football field, the detection of pain seems pretty simple. Players' bodies collide. The impact is picked up by axons, or sensors, which tell the neurons that something has happened, and that causes pain.
So there are these neurons in your body. We call them pain-sensing neurons. They have these little axons, these little fibers that go out to the skin and internal organs. They serve as probes that are just sensing your body all the time to see if anything happens to it. And if you cut yourself or you break a leg, these endings get activated and send a signal along that axon into the spinal cord and then up to your brain.
The electrical signal runs from the skin's surface through the axons to the spinal cord and then the brain. Once in the brain, the signals are passed to different areas that control emotion, thinking, and physical sensation.
We call that acute pain. So this is a type of pain that is very important for survival. When we get injured, we obviously want to know when our hand or our body part has been injured, so we can remove it from the thing that caused the pain. And so this pain typically lasts for a brief period of time. When you remove your hand from the stimulus, the pain goes away.
While everyone, from athletes to office workers, suffers from acute pain now and then, more than 116 million Americans suffer from chronic pain. That's about 1/4 of the country. Chronic pain is defined as pain lasting for 30 to 60 days or more. Chronic pain is generated by a more serious injury, and so the body handles chronic pain differently.
If you injure yourself to the point where tissue is damaged, molecules get released from the skin. We call this the inflammatory soup. This inflammatory soup is made up of many different chemicals that all act on these nerve fibers that are in the skin, these pain-sensing nerve fibers. And what they do is sensitize the endings.
So let's go back to those pain-sensing neurons. Because that chemical soup creates super-sensitive nerve endings, the effects of even the slightest pain stimulus is increased. And here's an easy way to understand the concept of chronic pain. Think about a sunburn, a serious sunburn. Because the tissue was damaged, the chemical soup was released, and that makes the nerve endings in the skin supersensitive. That's why even the slightest touch on a sunburn, even taking a shower, is so painful. The nerve endings are hypersensitized. So, remember those neuron images on the computer screen? With acute pain, after the initial pain sensation, the pain level isn't as high. The neurons have become desensitized.
The initial response actually goes down after repeated stimulation. This actually explains why when you eat spicy food, initially you feel that really painful sensation, but then when you continually eat spicy food, like that sensation kind of dissipates away. And that's because of this receptor that I'm interested in is actually becoming desensitized. Like, so
when people say, oh, you're getting used to it.
Yeah, this is what it means. Like, desensitization is basically you're getting used to the stimulus.
But under conditions of chronic pain, the neurons never actually desensitize. The nerve endings continue firing. And because the neurons have become supersensitized by the chronic soup, they are constantly firing at the same level. That is chronic pain. Back pain and arthritis are examples of chronic pain. The problem is that current pain medications work well in the short term, But over time, those medicines can lose their effectiveness. There can be side effects, such as liver damage. There's also the danger of addiction. And that's what makes Dr. Mark Zielke's work so important. He's found an enzyme that controls the chemical activity of the cellular receptors that signal pain.
So it was basically just this complicated wiring diagram that led us to this one molecule, and then the eureka moment was showing that in an animal model, hitting that one molecule reduced pain responses.
Think once again of that chemical soup that is triggered by an injury. It's not practical to take one medicine to block every signaling pathway. That would mean dozens of pills. But Dr. Zielke's team found that by reducing the level of one enzyme, the number of molecules that trigger those cellular receptors are reduced.
What we're trying to figure out is if we can block this sensitization.
So, with the receptors not working, the body simply doesn't sense pain.
And so with less PIP2 in a cell, the receptors don't signal effectively, and hence you get a blunted pain response.
In short, the enzyme blocks the signaling of pain at the first pain pathway. Researchers are now working to identify other enzymes that could block even more pathways. They're also consulting with other scientists about how best to incorporate the discovery into a new medicine.
And we realized that when it comes to treating pain, much like soccer, the more shots you have on goal, the better your odds are of finding the next blockbuster treatment for pain. And so my modest goals, I would say, are to just find as many different ways of inhibiting these pain-sensing neurons as possible, and then either through our efforts or through drug companies, try and get some of these targets moved into patients.